But the making of this movie was a disaster, and I really want to talk about it. So what ended up happening was this movie was originally supposed to come out late 2024, early 2025. And they shot the whole film, and the Jackson estate was obviously very much heavily a part of this process. And they gave them a green light to discuss one of the allegations that came up between Michael and a young boy. But they didn't realize after they shot the movie, unfortunately, that is not allowed to be included in any of the movie or any of Michael Jackson's stuff. So what they had to do is reshoot the whole ending. So the third act of this movie was originally completely different. Now, the interesting part of this is after rumblings of this movie coming out, there's been talks about a sequel. And Ethan brought up a good point of, well, were critics expecting one thing about Michael's whole life, and that's why they're upset?
Even before all that was said, this movie was supposed to be those first two movies into one, right? And it was supposed to be from the Michael that we see in this movie, where this is essentially the first half of his life. This movie, beginning to end, is the first half. And the other half was supposed to be the other half of his life, but it was supposed to be in one movie. That was always the plan, one movie. But then with that situation, and obviously they need to reshoot some stuff, and they had a lot of footage to utilize as well. They figured, well, while we're at it, let's just separate into two movies. What I said when we were coming out of the theater was, you know, if critics were expecting this to be one whole movie by the end of it and afterwards and treating it like it was, that's not what this was supposed to be. This was the first half of Michael Jackson's life, from point A to point B, not going on to point C quite yet, but to point B, okay? We're not there yet. If they wanted that, that's like expecting everything from Doom Part 2 to be in Doom Part 1. And if you're going into it expecting something completely different, then you are going to be disappointed. But when you are told what this is, and you're still going after it for what it's not, are you really a critic at that point? Because you're critiquing something that isn't there.
I mean, how could you not expect two movies from Michael Jackson about his life?
Well, they weren't originally told
They weren't told to, but it makes sense at the end of the day. I mean, like, this guy has been singing since he was, like, a kid, up till, like, when he died. So there's so much story to tell, and you can't tell that in one movie. I mean, let's be real. Like,
so I'm really trying to get in the mindset of the critics. I really am, because I read some of the critiques of it. A lot of them were like, this is very much a dud. I wasn't seeing much of, oh, they didn't talk about X, Y, and Z, because there's a lot. Like Raj mentioned it. There's so much of Michael Jackson. Listen, we're going to get 4 Beatles movies. We can get 2 Michael Jackson movies. It'd be totally okay.
Amen.
Amen, sister. Amen.
Getting in the mind of a critic of this, I don't think this is a dud. I really don't. I was amazed. There's such good performances in here. I really don't get it. I think this is going to be one of the movies that are really split.
Yeah, and you know, when it comes down to movies like recently Mario Galaxy that we saw, where there was that big differentiation between the critics and between the audience, and when I came out of that movie, I could understand why. Now, with this one, I don't know, this is the kind of stuff that critics would eat up, like from genre to performances to direction, like every aspect about this movie. No, I'm not saying it should be like, you know, 100% or like even in the 90s, but you know,
35?
Yeah, 35.
35?
What are we doing out here?